Hello everybody, welcome to C++ programming. This is just going to be a quick little introduction to uh, Canvas and kind of how some things are going to work and such, just so you have a rough idea. This is the main page. I probably should update my graphic, so maybe it'll be updated by the time you see the video, maybe not. It is a little blurry. But anyway, a little bit about myself. I am Scott Mounger, and I'm going to be teaching this course. I've taught Java, Python, Visual Basic, and now C++, of course, and also computer applications, computer concepts here at Northwest Community College. When you log into your account, it will probably give you, a whole list of classes, and of course, you're going to want to click on C++. I'm assuming if you're in a programming class, you at least have some somewhat decent computer skills, at least enough to navigate around. If not, you need to improve those. Maybe before you start getting into a programming class, take a computer applications course or something like that. But if you feel confident enough to be able to click and install your own software, then you should be fine for the most part. So, first and foremost, this is, of course, the main jump page. You can come here and do whatever it is you need to do from this little point here. Whenever you log in, every week, most of what we're going to do is going to be under modules. Of course, the syllabus is posted as well. Red shelf is where the book is, so I'll go ahead and start there. And as of right now, the book looks a little bit like this. Obviously not some dots, but right here. If you click on said book, you can open it up and read it, and there may be a couple of instances where you will have to go in and, read a section of it, maybe answer a question or two. Usually that might be once a week or once every couple of weeks. It depends. We'll see how it goes for the semester. And as you can see, it's sometimes not the fastest, so you may have to wait a moment or two. Sometimes our red shelf does have some issues, particularly at the beginning of the semester. Usually we get them worked out at some point. Let's go back here real quick. Yep. It does seem to be taking its sweet time, but hopefully it'll pop up here soon. Now, the most important thing here would be this. If we go in and I go to, let's say, modules, let me view this as a student, for example. Oh, actually, probably not view this as a student. That way we can see everything I want you to see. Modules is going to be where you're going to go to do any given thing. And I haven't updated every little link here, but what you're going to see is attendance for the week and how that's going to be calculated. There'll be a lecture or two. In this case, the first week here, what we have is a little intro lecture for the syllabus. And then, of course, this video is going to be Introduction to Canvas. And I'm going to have one other up here, which you don't see currently, which is just what to do this week. I'll post that, and that will be there every week, usually going over what you're going to see, what you need to do, maybe what some of the issues you may run into will be. I'll have my current schedule posted. This is my schedule at the DeSoto Center. What classes I'm teaching, when I'm going to be in my office, and all of that. You'll see that right there. And the link at the beginning of the page will also lead to office hours, so the same page as this. That way, if you do need to physically find me, you'll know exactly what room I'm in, where I am, when my office hours are, what my number is to my office, all of that. So you should be able to get there fairly quickly if you have any major problems. And you're more than welcome to come to some of my other classes and sit in there and work if you want to. You can sit across in one of the labs from my office hours, from my office during my office hours if you want to ask questions or do anything too. That's perfectly fine. The installer, I have an installer right here. I think this is just for the Windows version. If you want to go, get a Mac version or something like that, I think you can just simply go to their website, and they'll have several different versions if you need it. You can just type in Visual Studios Mac, Visual Studios, PC, whatever you need. And that's what we're going to be using to write our programs. And I'll have another probably video just kind of walking you through that here next week as well. Because next week is when we're actually going to get into the actual coding. So let's see here. Here we go. So make sure this week, very, very important, go through the intro videos, make sure you get the software installed, and then of course there is a little bit of an introduction quiz for this week anyway. And what this is essentially it's just a list of questions as to what you're going to be doing. Or I should say rather, how you think for the most part. Just when you're programming, you have to think a certain way. And this is just several questions to see how you think. I plan on giving everybody credit for the quiz, even if you miss some questions, so don't worry about it. It's just so I can personally see like if you got experience doing other programming and that sort of thing. And I have, of course, some introductory information and outro information about that. And that'll be our first assignment for the first week. So that's your rough gist of how to go about Canvas. Now, eventually we're going to have programming assignments, and how that will work is, there will be a little kind of thing like this, and if I click on it, it will show you what the program is, what you have to build, and as we go through the course, we'll have lectures, and they'll be posted here, and you'll essentially build several programs every single week. And from those several programs, you're going to pull little pieces and build the program for the week whenever we get to that. And then once you're done, you simply just have to zip up the project or whatever, attach it to the assignment, and I'll have a little video on how to do that once we get to that point. In fact, we'll do a little practice of that here probably in the next week or two. And then you'll know how to submit projects and assignments for each week. And then rinse and repeat. The projects get a little bigger, and then eventually we'll have a test over them. But everything is going to be here. Every week will be posted, week 1, week 2, 3, 4, and it'll be laid out roughly the same way. If you need to get in touch with me, any, like issues or questions or anything like that, the Canvas inbox is probably the easiest way to do that. You can simply click that and make a new message. And you select whatever course you need to select, in this case, computer programming, and you can select teachers. And then you can just message me and I will answer whatever question you have. If by chance you have a question about like why this code has an error, why it's not working or something, then just include a picture or something, or the code itself so I can look at it and I can hopefully advise you. And again, you can come see me physically too if you want me to look or help, or you have any questions of any sort. So that's your rough outline on how Canvas works for the most part. And again, we'll have more kind of walkthroughs and videos as we do the individual things, like how we submit assignments and all that when we have our first assignment. So, as usual, if you have any questions or anything like that, just ask away. Otherwise, keep doing what you're doing.